in the context where we live, there are a number of extremes. There is the extreme of civic totalism, where you have a plenipotentiary state that believes it has the power to direct and control the consciences and beliefs of its citizens. I think that's one extreme, and that's bad as well. And some people say, well, we're so scared of that, we're going to swing to the other extreme. We need a kind of great Christian warlord, dictator, political messiah who will vanquish all of our enemies, who will destroy, CNN, who will ban the TV show Bluey, which is corrupting our youth, or, something along those lines. And you end up with a kind of civil religion. Okay, we're going to be nominally Christian, but we're going to do it hard, and we're going to crank down on anyone who is not baptized the right way. I mean, those are the two extremes, civic totalism and civil religion. And let me tell you, I think they are both equally bad as each other. So what's the option then? What's the alternative to those two extremes? We're not just going to split the difference between them. I do believe there is an alternative, and here I've been strongly influenced by the American political philosopher John Inazu. And he came up with a really great term, a real great legal philosophy that's had a big impact on me, and he calls it confident pluralism. And that is to say, look, we have to trust that in our democratic institutions, the way they were formulated, the way they've been created, they have the resources and they have enough ethos so we can learn to live with each other with our differences, okay? Because, in liberal democracies where you're free, people will use their freedom to popularize some very unpopular opinion. And we can have argy-bargy with each other, as we would say in Australia. We can have differences because, democracy, it's conflictual. We argue a lot. But democracy succeeds when we recognize people have the freedom to be different to me. Where I could say, look, I disagree wholeheartedly, vigorously, viciously with what you have to say. But by golly, I will fight to the death for your right to say it. Because if you don't have the right to say what you're saying, then maybe one day I won't have the right to say what I want to say. So we need to have confidence that we are going to establish a liberal, pluralistic democracy. And by pluralism, what I mean is we're going to allow a diversity of opinions. We're going to have all people of all different shapes and sizes and colors, and people will have the freedom to express themselves in a way that we all have equality before the law. We are willing to live with differences, not destroy each other over the minor differences, because ultimately, in our political project, whether that's American or Australian, we recognize we are stronger when we're united together than we are fighting against each other. That confident pluralism, I think, does have a Christian ethos at heart, and it's much better than civic totalism or civil religion on the alternative extremes.